Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, The Lens of Truth with me, Ivan Florentino, and for today's video, here are my first impressions of Stellar Blade, and here is the demo. But before we get started, hit that like button, ring the bell, leave a comment, and get to it. Alright, so I did a live stream of Stellar Blade, and the demo actually was a fairly lengthy demo. It was around an hour, a little over an hour if you go ahead and do a lot of the exploring. And there's actually a lot of little nooks and crannies in the areas that you can do a lot of climbing, find some treasure chests, and things like that. And find extra hidden enemies around the areas as well. So one of the things that I do like about Stellar Blade is the combat is very precise. There's a heaviness and a weight to the combat, and I actually thought it was going to be a little bit more like Bayonetta, which is a lot more faster, and also almost like Devil May Cry as well. That's what I thought it was going to be, but it's a little bit more deliberate. There's a heft to it, and you kind of have to be a bit more precise in your timing, but it's actually a lot of fun, and it was very, very difficult as well. This game was hard, and I was playing it on normal. I did die a few times, but it was actually fun because you do have to do a lot of parrying, blocking, and dodging. That's very important. And one of the obvious things is the graphics. They are gorgeous. The sci-fi setting is really, really cool. And whether you think it's a controversy or not, the main character, Eve, is wearing a tight skin suit, and it just looks super, super cool. And yes, it's very sexy and attractive, but it just fits the aesthetic very well. That's not even the main focus of the game besides the models. They do look really cool, but the enemy design is really, really cool. And this game is gory, but it's super fun, especially the bosses. I can't wait to see what they're going to come up with, because even the first few that I've seen and the mini bosses, this is going to be really creative when it comes to that.
The turret's motion sensor. What do we do now? The drone is different. Yes, this is no longer the drone you knew. Adam, are you listening to me?
Something serious seems to have happened. I have to return to Zion.
Oh my goodness. It's full of plants and little birds.
There's quite a bit of cutscenes as well, so I'm actually very invested in the story, because we don't know exactly what it's going to entail just yet, but these characters that are coming after Eve and the male character Adam, who is helping you throughout this demo and at least in the beginning of the prologue of the game, seems very interesting. So not only can Eve run, dodge, block, and parry, you're able to upgrade her with skill trees as well, and things you find throughout the entire adventure.
This isn't looking good. Let's go.
Is that an Alpha Nativa?
Let's join them.
And going into the menu, you can practice all of these moves, even the ones that you don't have already, so you can practice them and see if you want to purchase them when you're able to gain some skills and increase your character's strength as well. Now, one of the things that surprised me that I didn't think was even going to be part of this gameplay is that Eve can actually swim. You can even dive and ascend. There's actually some great depth with the swimming as well. You can swim very quickly, and there's also treasure chests and things like that under the water. So I was just expecting to do some type of a surface swimming or not even be able to swim at all, but that was a nice surprise. And again, this game is tough. I died a few times, but the timing for the parries and the dodging, that window is super narrow, but you are able to get used to it because you do have to pay attention to the enemy's swings when with their weapons or their claws. But after practicing a few times, I was able to get down some of the parrying and the dodging as well. And one of the things that you will be able to do is buy health items, grenades at these camps as well, and that's how you get able to save, upgrade your character, and you'll even see cutscenes and conversations with other characters. And along the way, this droid does follow you, giving you hints and tips and just speaking with you along the way. And he is the male character of this game. His name is Adam. There's a lot of platforming sections that I just felt like are way too clunky, and it is actually heavily focused when I was playing this game. So I wonder if it's going to get a lot better, but it just felt a little off. Not too bad, but it could be a lot better. I kept falling off a lot into the pits and dying, so hopefully it does get better, but it just doesn't feel as fluid as I would like it to be. And pressing the middle of the PlayStation 5 controller does this scan that helps you see if there are climbable areas in the world that you're at. So that Adam droid does highlight things like money, any health items and enemies, and climbable surfaces along the way. And by the way, I was playing this on the PS5 with the balance mode on. So this one is balanced in both performance and graphics as well. There's also a straight out performance mode and a quality mode as well, and a graphics mode setting. And the first one, performance and quality, run at 60 frames per second, while the pure graphics quality mode runs at 30 frames per second. And now there is also a main campsite, and this is one that has a bit more options, like fast travel unlocked as well. You're able to change the music, upgrade your character, your drone, and Eve's clothing as well. A lot of it wasn't available to do in the demo, but those options are there once you collect materials scattered throughout the environment. And what I also forgot to mention was the music is so good. It just fits the tone very well. There's a lot of great action music and mellow music in the background while you're exploring, and it just fits very well. And it kind of reminds me of that of Nier Automata. That type of music is what the style is going for.
Let's get out of here before more of them show up. You secured. Rendezvous point in sight. This way! Watch out for Garner's interception. Don't stop! Keep moving, Eve!
And what I also forgot to mention, that there's also special moves directed to the 4 buttons on the right while holding the L button. And those build up over time as you're taking damage and giving damage to enemies.
Push! That's not an ordinary enemy.
Adam, get back!
So this was my first impression of Stellar Blade, the demo for the PlayStation 5. And let me know down in the comment section below if you guys are interested in this game and if you played the demo. Go ahead and check it out. And before I forget, once you beat the demo, there is a boss rush challenge mode that does unlock. And that was really, really hard. I tried it out and I died a few times. So the demo is pretty hefty. It lasts a little over an hour, almost an hour and a half. So go ahead and check it out. Thank you guys so much for watching and see you next time. Bye-bye.
Here, friend. It's me you want.
No! Ah!
Eve! Get out of here.